Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Paresh Baya. I'm the Senior Director of Product Marketing here at Okta. And along with me today, I have Vijay Pichumani, our Director of Product Management. Vijay, would you like to quickly go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Vijay Pichumani. I'm a director of product here at Okta, and super excited to talk to you about Okta Identity Governance.
Absolutely. Thank you, Vijay. Super excited to talk to you about Okta's identity governance. Everything you ever wanted to know about Okta's identity governance, talk about the principles on which we build this product and what our future looks like. But before I start, I have to say thank you. Thank you for being an Okta customer. Thank you for your continued partnership and support. Today, the modern workforce goes beyond your traditional employees. It includes your contractors, it includes your partners, it includes your third party vendors who need to access your corporate resources. Additionally, the modern enterprise has applications which are spread across the internet. An average enterprise today has anywhere from 80 to 100 SaaS applications, has multi cloud strategy with their infrastructure, and also has critical on premise application. And this modern workforce has embraced a new hybrid model of working from anywhere. In fact, in a recent Okta study, we found that 82% of users would prefer to continue working in a hybrid mode, which clearly indicates that they need that flexibility to work from anywhere and from any device. And IT teams need to support this new world of extended workforce needing that flexibility to work from anywhere. However, the IT teams are struggling. They are impacted by this transformation. They have to ensure that every identity gets access to the application they need when they need it so that their employees can be productive. And in the process of granting that access, they have to focus on security. They have to make sure that employees are granted the right level of access at the right time. And additionally, with the increasing landscape of regulations, IT teams have to work with the compliance team across the organization to ensure that the company is compliant to the ever increasing world of regulation. In this environment of work from anywhere, in this environment of all the IT challenges, in order to support this new world, we need an identity first strategy. We are all familiar with the zero trust architecture framework, and every zero trust architecture publication recognizes that identity is the foundation of the zero trust architecture framework. Identity is the new security perimeter, and identity can really unify your cybersecurity strategy in a meaningful way. It is central and common construct that threads through your entire security and IT infrastructure. However, the identity in today's world is solved in silos. You have your complex identity sources, your Active Directory sources, you have your cloud IAM systems, IDP systems, you may have your identity governance systems, you may have your privileged access systems. However, these siloed systems are delivering much poor business outcomes. You have your much lower IT efficiencies when your IT teams are actually spending so much time connecting these siloed infrastructures. And while you're connecting these siloed infrastructures, you cannot share signals across your identity system, which leads to much poor security posture. And to make matters worse, you end up with a frustrated workforce. Today's employee, they want the same seamless experience that they get outside of work while they are working in their work environment. And these siloed identity systems are stopping employees to get that same level of experiences in their workforce. We strongly believe that identity first strategy really needs a unified approach, a unified strategy approach where your identity and access management is part of your identity governance systems. The same access management tools which give you access to your resources in a secure way are on the same platform delivered with your identity governance systems, which give you that 360-degree view of your identity lifecycle, which gives you that capability to request access in a seamless way, which lets you go and review those access. And that's why I'm really proud today to actually introduce Okta's identity governance. It's a unified IAM and governance solution built on the same Okta's platform that you are aware of, giving you really focused on improving your security posture, really thinking about improving your IT efficiency, as well as bringing in employee productivity. Now let's bring in VJ, who will actually share with us what Okta's identity governance is.
With Okta Identity Governance, we have introduced new governance capabilities such as access requests, access certifications, and governance centric reports to the Okta platform. With access requests, IT can truly increase employee productivity by making it simple and easy to request access to resources, meeting employees where they are through modern chat experiences like Slack and Teams. With access certifications, IT and app owners inside an organization can automate periodic access reviews and drive the right security and compliance outcomes needed for the organization. Together with lifecycle management that gives customers out of the box integrations to automate their onboarding and offboarding flows, and with Okta workflows that gives customers the customization and flexibility to automate these flows, IT teams can really start to think about Okta identity governance as a holistic, unified solution that is designed to deliver the best security, automation, and compliance outcomes for your organization. Now, now that we have a quick introduction of Okta Identity Governance, let's get into the details about these new product capabilities. First up, we have Okta Access Requests. We have made it very easy for employees to go in and request access to an application from the chat tools they are already using. Okta Access Request has a machine learning driven request interface, so it will continue to learn and get better as your employees use them. Also, approvals become super simple. Managers, IT teams, app owners, or whoever it is within your organization can also approve directly from these chat interfaces. This increases the level of efficiency and productivity for your employees because we're meeting them where they are and not avoid having them switch between multiple systems. On top of that, you get the capability of time-based access. If you want to request access to a certain application or an Okta group that gives you special access, IT teams can now give that access for 2 hours, for a week, or whatever it is, which is the right amount of time for a project to be completed. You can time bound it and have Okta automatically deprovision once the time limit is up. And finally, IT also has modern workflow builder capabilities that is customizable, giving the flexibility needed to enforce the right guardrails and ensure only the right users get access to the right applications. Now, let's talk about access certifications. This is where you can create and manage your whole access review process. You can do this super quickly and easily from the admin console. You can launch campaigns that will allow you to review who has access to which application or who is part of which Okta group. You can even decide who the reviewer should be, what specific users you want to take a look at. And then who receive these review tasks can approve or revoke these tasks right from their Okta dashboard. Additionally, you can also set up a campaign that repeats at fixed intervals, let's say every month. All of these functionalities really help streamline what some organizations are doing today through spreadsheets right now. But the key detail here is that because it's part of Okta, which is a unified platform, we can provide detailed information about each user. Like when was the last time they accessed an application? If someone hasn't logged in into an app for the last 6 months, managers who do these review tasks can see those details and confidently say, I can see that my employees are not using these applications, so they should not have access to these applications anymore. And the last feature we'll touch upon today is Okta's out of the box reporting. Admins can get out of the box governance centric reports for access requests and access certifications. They are able to see who has access to an application in Okta and details as to why access was granted and when that access was last reviewed. You can get these entire reports exported and drill down on data from there. We are excited about these new governance capabilities that we have introduced to make Okta a more unified platform for identity, access management, and governance. And we really think you're going to love it. Now that we know what Okta Identity Governance is all about, let's see a demo to see the product live in action.
In our organization, we follow the principles of least privilege, where we use Okta Lifecycle Management to automatically provision applications and groups based on user attributes to provide birthright access. This makes the life of our IT team much easier, and the new employee is productive on day one, since they know that as soon as a new employee starts, they will be granted the correct access to perform their role. However, we don't over-provision access for the sake of convenience. In case a user needs access to some application, they can always use Okta's self-service access requests to request access to that resource. With Okta, it's as simple as talking to a colleague. Employees are able to request access to applications right from the collaboration tools they already know and love, like Slack. Let's see how this works. Here we see Sally. She joined a few months ago and had all the access to the applications she needed from day one. Because some of the ideas she shared with the product team, they requested her help with a new project. They're using Miro to sketch some ideas. Since she doesn't have access to the application right now, she's going to request it. Okta's access request is great. She can use Slack to create a new request, select Miro, and provide justification. Done. Now, because this is urgent, she'll reply to the request right in Slack and tell her approver that she needs this as soon as possible. As a team lead, I shouldn't be a blocker to my team. With Okta, approving requests couldn't be easier. I just received a new approval request from Sally. It seems that access to Miro is required to help the product team. No worries there. I'll just review this, click approve right here in Slack without logging into any ticketing system, and done. Can't believe we weren't using this before. As the IT team, we're responsible for approving all requests. We are always the last approvers in the flow. Because Okta notifies the entire team, all requests are approved quickly, which greatly reduces the attrition we had with employees constantly asking us to check when their requests would be approved. A new request just came in. Let me jump on it. I can approve this from Slack, but I can also approve it from the UI. I can see all the messages that were exchanged so far, who were the approvers for the request. Well, everything seems to be good, so I'll go ahead and approve this request. Done. The application was provisioned and the user will be notified. Requesters can use the collaboration tool they're most familiar with, like Slack or Microsoft Teams, to create a new access request to the resource they need. Approvers are quickly notified and can choose to approve or deny the request from Slack, Teams, or the web UI. Administrators have access to a powerful but simple-to-use workflow builder, allowing them to quickly build new request flows containing one or several approval steps, with individual conditions to determine when the approval is required, what actions should be executed, and even what conditions would trigger an action. With Okta Access Requests, we make the life of end users and administrators easier by meeting the user where the user is, and helping administrators to quickly deploy a powerful access request process. Thanks for watching.
Okta Identity Governance is built in the cloud and can be easily deployed within your organization. By leveraging out-of-the-box integrations, Okta Identity Governance makes it easy to deploy and roll out for multiple resources, reducing rollout times to a few days or weeks as opposed to 6 to 12 months. This results in faster time to value for our customers. It also requires minimal to no professional services, as the product has been built with a seamless and easy user experience for IT admins and makes it easy to get up and running. Also, this is the first time Okta is offering a new product that is bundled together with other products like Okta Lifecycle Management and Okta Workflows, giving customers true value for money and reducing the overall total cost of ownership of Okta Identity Governance. Okta Identity Governance is generally available today for all customers. If you are an Okta customer, please reach out to your account rep after this session and try out Okta Identity Governance. We cannot wait to hear your feedback as we build out the future and redefine the identity governance market. We are just getting started. I want to take a moment to talk about what the future for Okta Identity Governance looks like. Our goal is to provide customers with the ability to automate access requests and certifications from creation to approval based on rich contextual data and risk calculations. With this unified platform, customers will be able to leverage risk signals and other access management information from their existing Okta deployment and drive security and compliance outcomes to truly use Okta as your identity control plane to manage identities going forward. We have an exciting roadmap planned over the next 12 months that focuses on improving this unified approach. Features like event driven certifications or the ability to manage, request, and certify fine grained entitlements and roles for different resources. Our hope is all of these features will continue moving the needle in helping customers to drive the right security and compliance outcomes within your organization with Okta Identity Governance. I'll close today's session with one final key takeaway. All of our product investments at Okta around identity management, security, governance, and privileged access is focused on one thing: our vision. It is to be your trusted partner and focus on building the right tools you need to implement a modern identity centric security strategy that helps you tackle the challenges and demands of today and tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time today. We are excited about the launch of Okta Identity Governance. I hope you have a great Oktane experience, and I cannot wait to share more in a future session.